Good evening, friends. I'm Dr. Aajay Shah, and I'm bringing this another great Facebook Live in the evening. Today, I have a guest who you all absolutely will be impressed and amazed what she has achieved. But let me give you update on our page. We have now almost 39,000 followers. We have followers from all around the world, actually, and the followers are growing very exponentially, very rapidly every day. So thanks to all of you for supporting us. Thanks for inviting your friends and family to like our page. We are putting all the videos on YouTube now too. So we have about 105 YouTube videos on various topics, including healthy eating, exercise, sleep, happiness, many topics actually. We're also on Instagram. We will be starting a regular live cooking demonstration with a whole food, plant-based, no oil recipes. So please stay tuned. That will be happening from tomorrow. So let's also talk about how we have expanded on our pillars. If you all recall, we had talked about original 6 pillars of healthy lifestyle. And those 6 pillars, all of you know by now, because I've been kind of keep repeating it for the last 6 months. Those 6 pillars are healthy eating, physical activity or exercise, sleep, stress management, relationship, and substance abuse, including alcohol. So those are the original 6 pillars. But I realized over the last few months that being healthy requires more than just those 6 pillars. We need to be successful as a complete human being or complete human person. And that's the reason we have actually expanded our pillars. We have added another 10 pillars. One important pillar is entertainment and hobbies. As a human, we all need some fun in life. So we have added that pillar. Matter of fact, we had a great rock band from 70s and 80s 2 weeks ago, and that had about 3,000 views. So I can understand people are hungry for some fun in life. Next pillar is a career, which is very important because we all obviously hold some kind of employment, some kind of job, and growing into that employment, having a promotion is very important. So we are also bringing various guests so you can expand on your career also. Next pillar is financial health. It's very important that we realize that we all need to be financially secure. A person who does not have adequate money obviously will be eating a cheap fast food, which is very unhealthy. They will not have options to buy good health insurance. They will not be able to afford many of the preventative care. So financial health is very important. As we all know, many Americans have lots of credit card debt. So we are bringing guests to help all of you, all our followers, to learn about financial health. We also have pillar for lifelong education. I sincerely believe that we all are students for life. We all need to continue to educate ourselves every day, including regular reading, regular watching, learning YouTube videos, including going back to school to get a second degree. So we have added that pillar as a lifelong learning and education. Parenting is the next pillar. I sincerely believe that every kid needs a good parent. And for that reason, we have added parenting. I also sincerely believe in animal welfare and animal suffering and animal cruelty. So we have added that pillar to make sure that we take care of our live ones and animals also. Another important pillar is a veterans' well-being. We all are indebted to our veterans. They have served us. Many of them have unfortunately developed many illnesses because of their serving in the army and different branches of army. We all need to support them. We all need to help them. The next pillar is environment and the earth. It's very important we take care of our Mother Earth. So we have added that pillar. We'll be bringing various guests, see how we can protect our environment. The next important pillar, which is very dear to my heart, is women empowerment. I sincerely believe that women has an equal role to a man in our society. But that's not the case in many countries, even in USA also. So we need to create a woman empowerment in this country, in this world, where a woman would be paid exactly same like a man for the same kind of work. Women will be given same education opportunities, and women will be given same promotion at a work when she deserves as much as the man. So we will be bringing a lot of guests. We already have brought a lot of guests on women empowerment. And last pillar, which is important pillar, with the election coming up, is civic duties. I sincerely believe that we all should be voting. Doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or Democrat, but we all should be voting. We all should be taking participation into politics. We all should, take participation in government. That's how the democracy survives, and that's how we're going to grow as a country. So these are the important pillars. I'll repeat these pillars periodically so you know where our page is going. Our page is definitely expanding to include all different type of people, not just people who are coming for the health. We are expanding our page to help every aspect of your life now on. So we will be bringing different guests. Today we are bringing a special guest. I know her for last many years, but for last 5 weeks, she has been my patient now. Her name is Phyliss Vrane. She'll be coming online in a few seconds. She has had some health issues. She has now given 5 weeks of most sincere efforts I've ever seen. And we will hear from her directly over next 30 to 45 minutes. If you have questions, please go ahead and type in the Facebook Live or join us with a Zoom, and we'll be definitely answering a lot of those questions. So good evening, Phyliss. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Dr. Shah.
So tell us, where do you live? How old are you? And what kind of health problems you had before you met me as a patient?
I am 66 years old. I live in Holt, Michigan, and I am an insulin-dependent diabetic. I have thyroid. I take pills for thyroid, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and I also have back problems, which I'm getting a permanent stimulator put in tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to.
No, I think that's an important realization, recognition that many people at Phyliss' age have more than 3, sometimes 5 chronic disease. And many people in Medicare, above 65 population, are on 5, sometimes even on 7 to 10 medications. And that's because of a lot of chronic disease. And those chronic disease not only makes a person live less, almost 10 years less, but even the last 10 years of their life is very much with suffering, a lot of doctors visit, a lot of hospitalizations, and not having fun in life. Many patients actually spend last 1 or 2 years in a nursing home, and that needs to change. Fortunately, no matter at what age you are, you can always turn around your poor health. You can always reverse a lot of chronic disease. And Phyliss is definitely doing exactly what she should be doing for last 5 weeks. So tell us how much insulin you were on before you met me, and how many years you've been taking insulin?
I was on 72 units of long-lasting insulin, and I was doing 45 to 65 on a sliding scale of short-acting insulin. And with your guidance and coaching, that has gone to less than half. And I have been a diabetic for 36 years, insulin probably about the last 15 years. And with this new healthy lifestyle, I can't tell you how much better I feel.
I think that's another great realization that many diabetic patients, when they develop diabetes in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, if they don't reverse it, if they don't do the lifestyle changes, eventually pancreas starts to burn out, and pancreas starts making less and less insulin. And then a person eventually will need to go on insulin. And if the lifestyle changes are not made, that insulin requirement will keep going up and up. As you just heard from Phyliss, she was almost on like more than 200 units of insulin per day, 200 units of insulin per day. Not only insulin is one of the hormone which has now shown to cause actually more fat retention. It has actually shown to cause people live less. It has shown to cause even certain cancer to grow. Insulin being like a growth hormone, being on insulin is just not healthy. Some people, some patients do need insulin to control their sugar, but the goal is that if you have type 2 diabetes, eventually the goal is to get the insulin down to 0 if you can. Fortunately, many patients can do that. Some patients, even with type 2 diabetes, if their pancreas is completely burned out, they may not be able to go off the insulin completely, but they will be on very low dose of insulin, like 40 units per day, total per day. If you obviously have type 1 diabetes, you will always need insulin because your pancreas is not making any insulin at all. But for type 2 diabetes, like Phyliss says, my sincere hope is that she will not only possibly get off the insulin in 6 to 12 months, which would be like a miracle, a medical miracle. And that miracle, nobody has made or produced but Phyliss herself. So I think, in my opinion, even though I like to call it a miracle, because miracle typically happens, with some kind of luck. Here, Phyliss is not doing it with some kind of luck. She's doing it with her hard work, with her dedication, with her zeal, and with her hunger to learn more about type 2 diabetes, learn more about whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. So that, to me, we're going to talk about that in a second. So tell us, Phyliss, before we started working together 5 weeks ago, what kind of diet, what kind of food you were eating, and have you tried any of those fad diets?
I have tried Dr. Atkins. I've tried medical weight loss. I've tried various diets with no success, because what would happen is when I would start a diet, my insulin or my sugar would go low. And so then I'd have to have something to boost it up. And then it was just like a cycle. And I just got discouraged. I couldn't lose. I've been to Weight Watchers. I've been to a lot of things. And until you actually worked with me, showed me how to lower that insulin, I wasn't able to do anything. And I'm just so grateful that now I'm good with this diet. I can't believe that I can do it.
Yeah, I think that's another great point you are making. As many of you have seen my diabetes video, which is actually one of the most comprehensive video on diabetes on YouTube. It's 4 hours long. It's in segments, so you can watch it at 30 to 45 minutes at a time. But it's one of the most complete type 2 diabetes video. And in that video, I clearly describe that if a person goes on Atkins diet, which was around in 80s and 90s, which was typically a lot of animal products, a lot of saturated fat, and extremely low carbohydrate. That diet, thank God, has come and gone because it was one of the worst diet in terms of health. It, matter of fact, probably killed many people. It made a lot of diabetes worse in the long run. It caused many heart attacks and strokes. So I'm glad Atkins diet is gone. Unfortunately, the new diet, which is essentially Atkins diet with new clothes, is keto diet. So a lot of people are on the bandwagon with keto diet, but in my humble opinion, keto diet is nothing but another Atkins diet. Keto diet has an extremely low carb, has a very high amount of animal products and animal fat, and it has a very high amount of saturated fat. And if all of you understand, or if you have watched my videos, you all know that it's the fat in the muscle cell, the fat in the liver cell, fat in the pancreatic cell, fat in the brain cell, essentially fat in all the cells of the body, which makes body insulin resistant. And that's how person's insulin deep down keeps getting worse. When you go on a keto diet, your sugar may come down because you're obviously not eating any carbohydrate, but underneath, your insulin resistance actually keep getting worse. So in my opinion, keto diet is not going to work only short term to lower your sugar, but underneath, it's going to keep making your insulin resistance worse and will keep expose you to having a lot of heart attack and stroke. So please watch our videos, read yourself, understand everything about keto diet, whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and make your own judge. Make your own judge. I'm not going to try to sell anything here. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to have you the best education on all sides of the story, and then make your own most educated decision what is good for you. Obviously, if you go on a keto diet, I will support you. But at the same time, in my humble opinion, keto diet is not a healthy diet. So let's talk about your first day, Phyllis. When we started working together 5 weeks ago, I distinctly remember, I vividly remember in my mind that you went out to grocery shopping with your son, and you actually texted me the pictures of the grocery you bought. So describe that day, that evening when you went for a grocery shopping.
Well, I went grocery shopping and you said, buy a lot of greens, buy greens, greens, greens. And I remember taking the picture and you said, more greens, more greens. And so I put more greens in there. And, I eat a lot of the romaine lettuce and chop it up. And, I mean, my refrigerator wasn't for this lifestyle. And so I had to completely rebuy everything. And more fruits. I always stayed away from the fruits because they tended to make my sugar levels go up. And now I can eat fruits and it doesn't affect me as much. I still have to kind of watch it a little bit, but I'm doing a lot better being able to have fruit, and I'm enjoying all the greens and the vegetables and the different colors and the assortment. I'm going to start learning how to make smoothies, and looking forward to doing more different things with the food.
No, that's an excellent point. Actually, if one can understand, there are 300,000 different types of edible plants in the world. 300,000. So when people said that being whole food plant-based is boring, it's actually less boring than going on animal products. In animal products, you may have 5 or 7 different type of animal products you may eat. You may make different dishes, but there are essentially 4 or 5 different type of animal products one can have, including red meat and chicken and fish and pork and other things. But if you go plant-based, whole food plant-based, you will have not 5,000, you will have 300,000 options to choose from, all different type of plants. That's number one. Number two, I think many people don't realize that the taste, when you create, like Phyllis said, when you create a rainbow diet with all the options, all the different tastes of different plants, is essentially so much fun for your tongue. You almost have like one of the best tastes ever had, because in my opinion, a lot of the processed food and a lot of the animal products have predominantly taste of salt, taste of sugar, and taste of fat. And those 3 tastes are actually purposefully designed by these companies who sell you all this unhealthy food to hijack your brain, because those 3 things, sugar, salt, and fat, are the most addicting substances and addicting tastes. So when you go away from it, when you actually go on a whole food, plant-based, no oil, rainbow diet, your taste buds in 3 to 4 weeks starts coming back. You actually start enjoying fruit, enjoying life more than you ever have. And the last point she made, that many times we think that for diabetic, fruits are actually not good for you. That's not true at all. That's actually not true at all. If you have watched the videos from Mastering Diabetes from Cyrus Kambata, one of the best person to learn about diabetes, in my opinion, he actually and his partner, they actually have a fruits every day. So fruits, and plus fruits has so many beneficial substances that we cannot eliminate fruit from our diet. We need fruits. Obviously, predominant should be vegetables, but small amount of fruits, 3 to 4 servings of fruits every day is must to be healthy. So I'm glad Phyllis is able to re-add some of the fruits she enjoy. And many times we all have sweet tooth. And when it comes down to eating a small amount of some kind of dessert or sweet, having a fruit available essentially satisfies your sweet tooth. And then you don't need to reach out for unhealthy, processed, sugary desserts. So I think I'm glad Phyllis is able to get on the fruits. My next question to you is that when we met first day, I texted you a page, I call it page 216, from one of the great books. So tell us about that page and tell us about that book.
Well, I got that book, and because I'm blind in one eye, it takes me a little longer to read things now. but I'm working through it. But you can just go to just page 216 and eat from there. And there really is a lot of options. Make sure you have your beans and your vegetables and your fruits, and there's even a limited list of like sweet potato, baked potato, and so there's really, I've not been hungry, and if I think I'm a little bit, I'll just have some water or a piece of fruit or maybe some celery, and I'm fine. But I'm not hungry like I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. So again, the name of the book is called It to Live. It's by Dr. Joe Furman. Dr. Joe Furman is my mentor. If for one person I hold the highest respect and highest regard, and the one person where I have started this movement and I would transform myself in losing 60 pounds is because of Dr. Joe Furman. I saw him on PBS 3 years ago, and he literally has changed my life, many of my patients' life, and obviously now Phyliss' life. So if you want to own one book in your house, if you want to read one book this month, buy It to Live. It's available on Amazon. I don't get any cut out of it. I just like the book and I highly recommend the book. And if you get a used copy, you actually can get it for $10 on Amazon. Just get it today if you are in need of getting to healthy BMI, healthy body mass index, if you are in need of reversing diabetes, reversing many chronic disease, including high blood pressure, if you are in need of preventing cancer, if you are in need of losing weight, if you are in need of living long, if you have a lot of goals to achieve in life, buy that book today. And out of that book, page 216 is the most important page. If you want to start that tonight, just Google page 216, It to Live, and you will have that page on your phone in next 10 minutes. And start following that page and you will see miracles just like what Phyliss is experiencing. So let's talk, Phyliss, about how much processed food you are eating now. Is it zero now?
Zero.
That's
I don't
great.
even want it because I know it's not healthy for me. I want to do healthy, and I know that's not good, and it would slow down everything if not stop. And I don't want to stop. I want to go forward.
So again, as Americans eat 65% calories from processed food. 65% calories for Americans come from processed food. And Phyliss is eating zero processed food. So somebody must be eating what Phyliss is not eating. So let's find that person and change that person. How much animal products do you eat, Phyliss?
Zero.
That's another eye opener. Americans eat about 25% of animal products, including red meat, chicken, fish, and dairy, and lots of cheese, obviously. And all those animal products with lots of animal protein has not only shown to cause cancer and diabetes, but also make you live less. So again, animal products needs to be no more than 10% of your calories. I don't want, obviously, everybody to go vegan in the world. That would be ideal. That would be best. But nobody can do it overnight. So if you want to start tonight, cut the calories from animal products as much as possible. Have a very small amount of meat or small amount of dairy, maybe a few times a week. But as Americans eat every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some kind of animal products. For example, in breakfast, many Americans have bacon. Bacon is a class 1 carcinogen. Eating bacon is equal to smoking because smoking is a class 1 carcinogen. So when people eat bacon and they're proud, they don't smoke, they actually are getting same exposure to having cancer as if they are smoking. Many Americans will have a burger for lunch, and many Americans will have a fish or some kind of animal product for their dinner. So out of 21 meals in a week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, many Americans have every meal with animal products. In my opinion, animal products should be no more than 3 or 4 meals out of 21 meals per week. If you look at some of the long living population like Okinawa or many other blue zone people, they actually have animal products as a treat, maybe once or twice or 3 times a week maximum. Their diet is predominantly whole food, plant-based diet without any processed food, without any oil. So again, that needs to be definitely considered. Phyliss, how much oil do you eat?
0.
So again,
I
I
don't add any oil.
keep hearing 0, 0, 0. That's just like a total shock to many Americans, even many Indians. As an Indian American, our cooking, not at my house, Indian cooking involves a lot of oil. A lot of Mexican cooking involves a lot of oil. A lot of processed food involves a lot of oil. French fries, oil. A lot of crackers, oil. And much of this oil is actually vegetable oil like coconut oil, sunflower oil, and many other vegetable oil. And all that oil actually is very high in omega-6. And obviously they all punch a lot of calories. Oil is one of the most calorie dense food. A pound of oil is 4,000 calories. A pound of oil is 4,000 calories versus a pound of green vegetables is 100 calories. So if you eat 1 pound of green vegetable, that's 100 to 150 calories, and that's only 1 tablespoon of oil. And 1 tablespoon of oil will not fill up your stomach, and you will be hungry in half an hour. Versus if you eat 1 pound of green vegetables, you will feel full, you will feel satisfied, you will have low calorie, you will start losing the weight very rapidly. So again, oil needs to go also. And that's the reason I always say whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. How much nuts do you eat, Phyliss?
Nuts?
Yes.
Once in a while, I'll have a little packet of cashews, but not often. Just once in a while.
That's another important recognition. People who are trying to lose weight, people whose BMI, body mass index, is about 25 should not eat any nuts. Nuts have a lot of benefits, but only if you are lean. Once you gain certain weight, nuts pack a lot of calories and it will hamper your weight loss program. So if you are trying to lose weight, please do not have any nuts. You can get all the omega-3 what nuts can provide from just 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, and eliminating oil will lower your omega-6, so you don't need that much omega-3 because it's the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio which is important. So if you have less omega-6 from less oil, then you will be okay with less omega-3, which you can get it from 2 tablespoons of flax seeds itself. So again, no oil, and just have a flax seeds, 2 tablespoons, no nuts. So let's go to the million. We lost Phyliss. Let's see if she comes back. I'll give her 30 seconds, otherwise we'll continue. So again, Phyliss, I sent another invite to join on Zoom. Hopefully she will join in next 3 to 5 minutes, but I'll continue with what we are going to talk. So when Phyliss talked to me on the phone about 5 weeks ago, she weighed 333 pounds. She has actually allowed us to discuss this thing online and on the Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and discuss that. She weighed 333 pounds, and that was 5 weeks ago. Now she weighs 303 pounds to 305 pounds. So she has lost about 28 pounds to 30 pounds in 5 weeks. She almost is losing 5 to 7 pounds a week, which is absolutely amazing. And again, if a person starts with a very high weight, like more than 300 pounds, with going on a page 216, one can easily lose 3 to 5 pounds a week, if not more. So again, page 216 is one of the most important page. And let's talk about her insulin requirement. Like we discussed earlier, she was taking about 200 units of insulin. Now her insulin requirement has gone down to total about 70 or 80 units of insulin. She's less than half of her original insulin requirement. And my sincere hope is that one day she will be off insulin completely. We have checked because C-peptide level, and her C-peptide level is borderline. So I'm hoping that her own pancreas is functioning reasonable and making insulin, that one day, if she loses weight, she will be able to go off insulin. She's definitely on a right path. She actually says that she's not on a diet, but she's on a lifestyle. And this is the healthy lifestyle she is living. And she actually is so much strong for the last 5 weeks that she wants to live like this for the rest of her life. My feeling is she will be coming down below 200 pounds in 2 years. Her back pain will get better. She will be able to walk more. She will be able to hopefully get off the insulin, and she will be able to get off her blood pressure medicine. She will be able to, actually start enjoying life. She'll be able to, go out and do some activities. Her goal actually is to go for a 5K walk. Right now, she cannot walk more than even 100 steps. Her back pain hurts even walking 100 steps. And her dream, her goal is to walk 5K in next 1 to 2 years. And I'm going to support her. She's going to continue losing weight. The way she's losing in 2 years, she can easily be 160 pounds. And at that weight, I think she will be off most of her medications. Her back pain significantly will be better. And I'm sincerely hoping that she'll be able to walk 5K with me. I will walk at her pace 5K together in 2 years. And I'm going to invite many of our followers that will be in Lansing, Michigan area. So hopefully many of our followers who are nearby, who are within a driving distance, will join that 5K walk with Phyliss, hopefully in 2 years. Let me also describe what other thing Phyliss is doing. It's been clearly proven that doing regular water-only fasting has a significant benefit in terms of weight loss, as well as in terms of preventing many cancers and reversing diabetes. So I have guided her to do water only and green tea fast. She's been doing this fast twice a week. Every Wednesday and every Sunday, she does this fasting where she has literally 0 calories. And we adjust her insulin for those days, so she has not gotten hypoglycemic. One day her sugar slightly dropped, but it came back right away after taking some peanut butter sandwich. So her sugars have been great, even though she is fasting. So she's again doing fasting twice a week. What she actually drinks lemon water and green tea during her fast. And whenever she fasts, she easily loses 1 to 1.5 pounds for that. Other thing what Phyliss is doing, which I absolutely admire, is watching a lot of educational videos. Like she says, she has a blindness in one eye, but she is so eager for me to send an educational video. I send her videos from Mastering Diabetes. I send her video from Dr. Neil Barnard. I sent her video on Dr. Michael Greger. I sent a video on sleep. I sent a video with Dean Ornish. I sent a video on from Dr. Joe Furman. And she has watched all those videos on a regular way. I think it looks like Phyliss is back. Obviously, we all are learning this technology, and Phyliss is kind enough to come on live through her phone. So let's see if she joins back in the next 5 seconds. I can
Hello.
see. Yes, we can hear you. Video is not on, but just play within a video should be on too. But we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, good. I think I lost internet somehow.
That's okay. I think, can you turn your video on or is it,
I think I had it on. I did have it on. I'll see how I can check it. Okay,
we can see you now. We can see you now.
good.
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank you.
back.
I
I was just,
apologize.
that's okay. That's okay. I was just raving about you that how you are doing the fasting. So tell us one more time. People listen to it, but I want to hear from you. Tell us how often you are fasting and what do you do on fasting days and what do you drink in a fasting day and how are your sugars and how do we handle the insulin on a fasting days?
Well, I fast on Monday and Wednesdays, and my sugar, I keep less, half the insulin and lower. And I drink just lemon water and green tea all day, so, usually hot green tea. And that's all I do. And amazingly, I'm not hungry.
That is just absolutely impressive, absolutely amazing. And I was telling Phyllis earlier today that what Phyllis is doing, many doctors are not able to do. I think doctors, when they are to fast for one day, they can do that. So I think even though the benefits of fasting are known to all the doctors, many doctors cannot fast. So I think I congratulate Phyllis. I'm absolutely proud of what she does on fasting days. I always stay in touch with her to make sure her sugars are okay. But tell us, Phyllis, your experience going down in your apartment when there was some food fair where a company bought some treats and some food, and that was your fasting day. You went down there, and how did you handle it?
Well, they were doing a some kind of a luncheon down there that was brought in, and there was hot dogs and cookies and goodies and pop and potato salad, macaroni salad, and it happened to be a fasting day. And so I didn't plan on having anything there anyways because I was on this new lifestyle. But I went down and I talked with everyone and I just took my lemon water and my green tea and looked at everybody, and what helped is I kept saying they're doing things toxic to their body, and that kind of helped me get through it a little bit, which they were, how that was that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I felt I want to be healthy and I want to do this and I want to change my lifestyle, and so I was okay.
No,
I
I think
didn't.
that speaks so much of a proud because Phyllis was telling me that she used to have a quote unquote not strong willpower. But if a person can resist all those treats on a fasting day, to me, it's one of the strongest willpower because I always say when you don't have unhealthy food at home, maybe you can win the battle because there's nothing to eat unhealthy at home. But when you have unhealthy food right in your eyesight, right within your reach, and if you say no to it, that's absolutely the strongest willpower. So you are becoming a role model. So that brings the next question. Tell us how you are becoming a role model for your family, for your daughter, how she's changing, and how your friends are complimenting you, and how they are becoming your followers now.
Well, my son, he supports me, and so does my daughter. And my daughter is going to try doing this soon. She bought the book, she's reading it. And so she plans on doing it. She has migraine headaches. And in the book of Eat to Live, there is a diet for people with migraine headaches. And so I've showed that to her, and hopefully she's going to be following that. And I have had a lot of compliments of, how, I'm seeming to losing weight and looking better, feeling better. And so there's other women in the building that want to start doing this. There's like 4 or 5 other ladies that want to start doing this also. And another woman, she bought the book also. So things are catching on in my building too.
That's amazing. I think I mean, that proves that any person Any person, doesn't have to be a doctor, doesn't have to be a healthcare provider. Any person can actually start a healthy lifestyle movement. Any person can actually become a coach to teach a lot of people. It just requires learning yourself and then experiencing yourself and seeing the results yourself. And then you can actually become a better motivator than even many doctors can do. So I think that's just an absolutely amazing. That also brings up the next point. Tell us how much physical activity can you do, and tell us most of your weight loss is not because of exercise, because many people, when I ask them as a patient, when I ask them, what are you doing to lose weight? They say, I can't lose weight because I can't exercise. So tell us about your physical activity and how much activity you do, and whether your weight loss is mostly because of what you eat.
Correct. It's mostly because of what I eat, because right now I'm having issues with my back. So it's very hard for me to do a lot of walking, but you suggested doing even 3 to 5 minutes every hour. And sometimes I can tolerate that and sometimes I can't, but I do try to do my best. I'm hoping after this implant that I can really start getting more walking in. And I want to set my goal for next year to do a 5K.
I was, yeah, when I was when we lost you, I was telling them that my sincere goal and my sincere dream is that once you get down to about 200, and once your back is stronger, and once you feel great, we will have a 5K event in Lansing in your honor, with whoever
Aw.
of our followers can join from 30, 50, whatever miles they can drive. Obviously, Lansing people will join, but that will be on your name and on your honor, sponsored by our page, because that's one of the biggest achievement. You know, I think to me, I think you are essentially starting your second life. I think if you continue with this healthy lifestyle, you are essentially reborn, in my opinion. I think not only you're going to prolong your life, you're going to have a long health span, you're going to avoid a lot of doctor's visits, a lot of hospitalizations, you're going to prevent a heart attack, you're going to prevent the stroke, you're going to prevent going to nursing home, and you're going to essentially enjoy as a person your kids, your grandkids, which I know come to your place all the time. So I think to me, you are becoming like what all our other pillars are also supporting. You are not just living a healthy lifestyle, you are becoming a complete person now as a grandma, as a mom. And I think those are the message to all our followers, that healthy lifestyle brings so much more to you than just your physical health. It brings mental health, it brings spiritual health, it brings a lot of success in terms of as a person. You become a leader. So I think all those values only come if you start with a healthy lifestyle. So my next question to you is that you've been watching our Facebook page, you watch our lot of lives. Tell us, what do you like about our Facebook page, and what do you like about various guests we bring?
They give you a lot of healthy tips on what is good, what is bad, different ideas, how to improve on what you're doing. And I've really enjoyed the videos that I've watched, and have gotten a lot out of them as far as my eating, and like making sure that I do an array of different foods, not just stick to the same ones. And it does have to do, and it does make you healthier, happier, and want to do this more. It's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think,
encouragement.
yeah, that's absolutely. I think I always have believed that we are all in this together as a team. Even though I may know more than you, but when it comes down to supporting each other, motivating each other, helping each other, we all are equal members of this team. We all are equal members of this team. Actually, I think I'm not above you. I'm not below you. We are exactly the same level members. We support each other. We play the same healthy lifestyle game. We all are here to win. We all keep motivating each other, and we keep learning new things from each other. I always say that I learn so much from Phyliss. As much as she learns from me, I learn from her, actually. So I think that's a message to all our followers, everybody who is watching. this live, and everybody who will be watching on YouTube, I can tell you, we all are together in this healthy lifestyle movement. And now we have almost 40,000 followers from all over the world. And actually, I keep saying all over the world because as American, we are fortunate that we have a lot of resources. We have, obviously, we are a rich country, so we can afford this expensive medications. We can afford these expensive procedures. But many developing countries where obesity is becoming a major issue, and diabetes, India is actually a new diabetes capital of the world. And India, being a developing, semi-developed country, can't afford some of these expensive medications and expensive procedures. So India actually needs more what Phyliss is doing than any other country, many other developing countries, including some of the African countries. So I'm glad we bring this message from Phyliss and from all our followers and everything, all the guests I bring, not just to America, but to the whole world. We actually get a message now from different parts of the world that how much benefit they are getting just from watching our videos, watching our guests, watching a person like Phyliss, who is absolutely educating us so much. So let me ask a few questions and a few comments. There was a great comment that there was from Steve Sharma, our friend, that she's saying that it's not only reversing diabetes, but getting physically, mentally stronger, spiritually stronger. So I agree with Steve that Phyliss is not just reversing her diabetes, but she's becoming a completely new person. So I think, so again, that to me is another way of saying that when you join a healthy lifestyle movement, not only you will change your health, you will change yourself as a total new human being. And you will become a better mom, better father, a better son, better daughter, better husband, better spouse, better wife. And I think all those benefits are the reason we have expanded our pillars from original 6 pillars. We are bringing some great guests, and I obviously absolutely admire Phyliss. I am thankful she came. This video will be on YouTube. We will be bringing Phyliss back probably every 3 to 6 months, every 3 months, in my opinion. She is obviously you can hear, she is a great speaker. She presents her information very well. She is becoming more knowledgeable. She has all the leadership skills. So we will be bringing her every 3 months, and we will learn not only from her journey, from her experience, but her knowledge. She is expanding exponentially. My goal, we have set a goal for Phyliss that she will be below 300 pounds before her primary care appointment. And I'm sincerely hoping that she will achieve that goal in the next 10 days. And her primary care doctor not only will be amazed and impressed, but we also be envious that how Phyliss did herself without even any major medical intervention. So thank you, Phyliss. Let me ask you last question, Phyliss. If somebody wants to start like you, how can that person start?
Buy the book, Eat to Live. Absolutely. And go page 216. And for me, some people do it gradually. For me, I had to do it overnight, like do it. I couldn't do it, have a little bit of meat. I was a huge meat eater. And so to give me that option wasn't good.
No, I think I agree. I think some people need to just go overnight, and some people just do well just by jumping in 100%. But I think everybody works differently, and I think if somebody can do over a few days, few weeks, that's fine too. And if somebody says I cannot go 100% whole food plant-based, I'm okay with 10% animal products actually. So I think I'm myself a vegan, so I rarely eat cheese when we go out with friends, but at our house we don't have any animal products. When we go out as a family, we typically don't have any animal products. So Phyliss is joining the same thing what I do. So I think I'm hoping more and more people will join. But Phyliss, again, thank you. We all love you. We all adore you. We all are proud of you. Keep living this lifestyle. Keep guiding us. Keep motivating us. And we'll talk again tomorrow. Thank you again, Phyliss.
Thank you for having me.